All right, Wildcat Sheet 6. So a transformation is defined by the rule xy, x plus 1, y minus 5. State what transformation the rule describes. Okay, anytime you're adding or subtracting, there's only one transformation that's happening, and it is a translation. Whenever you're adding or subtracting, it's a translation. And the plus 1, well, positives for x are to the right, so that would be right 1, and it would be down 5 because it was y minus 5. Okay, this one, number 2, I told you we were going from small to big. So on the small shape, I'm going to go ahead and get the ordered pair. Here I've got an ordered pair at -3, 4. And then I have another ordered pair here at -4, 6. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and use my positive numbers. So small to big. So this is the old, this is the new. To get the scale factor, remember it's new over old. So I'm going to do 6 over 4, which would simplify down to be 3 halves. Divide them both by 2. So the rule would be xy becomes 3 halves x, 3 halves y. Remember, dilate means to multiply, so you should be multiplying. Number 3 says, Mr. Sanchez decides to purchase books for the 8th grade math classes. A textbook company quoted the following prices. Write an equation to describe the relationship between the total price and the number of books ordered. Well, I've got a table, so I'm going to put it in the calculator. I'm going to clear my list by doing second plus 4, enter. Then we're going to go to stat, and we're going to work in edit. So x values in list 1, so I'm going to type 85, 120, 155, 190, and 225. Then our y values, we have 3,445, 4,845, 6,245, 7,645, and 9,045. Then we're going to go back to stat, right arrow over to calc. I'm going to select option number 4, and then we're going to hit enter until the screen changes, and it gave me my equation. So we have y equals 40x plus 45. Didn't have to do any work except put it in the calculator. Number 4 says the table shows the heights in feet of the waves at a beach and the number of surfers at the beach. Write an equation for the line of best fit and use it to predict how many surfers might be at the beach if the waves were 2 feet high. Again, I have a table, so I'm going to put it in the calculator. Clear the list, second plus 4. Then we're going to go to stat, we're going to edit first. And our x values go in list 1. So we have 3, 6, 5, 1, and 4. Then I'm going to arrow over. We have 24, 61, 56, 15, 35. Then we'll go back to stat, right arrow to calc, number 4, enter till the screen changes. Now this time I'm going to round to the hundredths place. So I'm going to say 9.95 times x plus 0.41. Okay, and I asked if the waves were 2 feet high. Well, waves is an x value, so I'm going to go ahead and plug in 2 for x. So I'm going to say 9.95 times 2 plus 0.41. And I can just put that in the calculator. 9.95 times 2 plus 0.41. And I get 20.31. Now, since we're talking about people, I'm going to go ahead and round that to 20 surfers. A student rode a bicycle fewer than 30 miles during a period of 5 days. The student rode 8 miles on Monday and m miles each day from Tuesday through Friday. Write an inequality that represents all possible values of n. Okay, fewer than 30, so we're talking about less than 30. They've already ridden 8 miles, so plus 8. And Monday is one of the days. Well, that was our 8 miles. Now, how many days are left? Well, there's 4 days left, and we ran the same number of miles, so we have that each. So we have 4m plus 8 is less than 30. We only had to write the inequality. We didn't have to solve it. And so we're done. Number 6, what value of x in the equation represented by the tiles? So we have 3 negative x's, so negative 3x. plus 4 is equal to negative 2x plus 1. I don't have any parentheses, so I have nothing to distribute. So I have no like terms, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to moving the variable. We like to move the smaller variable, so I'm going to add 3x to both sides. Cancel, I'm left with 4 is equal to x plus 1. Now I need to subtract 1, so x is equal to 3. On the back, again, we have another table, so I can go ahead and input it into the calculator. So I'm going to do seconds plus 4 to clear the list. Then we have stat. My x values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Arrow over, our y values are 12,000, 9,000, 6,000, 3,000, and we have 0. Then we're going to do stat, arrow over to calc, option number 4, enter till the screen changes, and it gives me the equation. So it says y equals negative 3,000x plus 15,000. And I'm already done because I was just asked to write an equation. Which situation can be represented by this equation? 250 plus 65x is equal to 575. Jeremy is traveling to a location that is 575 miles away. He has already traveled 250 miles. Okay, already is a word that we use to say the y-intercept or something that's added. What is x, the number of hours that he will need to travel at a speed of 65 miles per hour to reach the location? Per tells you our slope, so that's 65x. So A is our answer. Number 9, it says triangle RVT and triangle RBS are similar right triangles. Which proportion represents the slope of the line containing R, S, and T? Okay, when you get something like this, first off, we want to make sure that these proportions are equal. So we're going to go through and actually solve them. You can use your calculator to help you. Just type it just the way it is. So we have 6 minus negative 4. Okay, so that gets me 10 over, we have negative 11 minus negative 6. We have 10 over negative 5, and it better be equal on the other side. So 6 minus 2 is 4. Negative 11 minus negative 9 gets me negative 2. Now let me simplify this. 10 divided by negative 5, well, that's negative 2. 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 equals negative 2, so that seems like a good choice. If you were to go through, not all of them would be equal, so A is our best option. Number 10 says the value of y is 3 more than twice the opposite of x. Select 2 answers that represent this. Okay, twice the opposite. Well, when we talk about opposite in math, we mean negative. So I want negative 2 times x and 3 more than that. So y is equal to negative 2x plus 3. That would work. Now, B doesn't make any sense because we're talking about negative. So from left to right, our graph should be going down. So B is out. C, I start at 3. That's the y-intercept. And do I go down? Well, I go down to right 1. That would be the same thing. I could also check these tables by putting them in y equals to see if they were equal. All right, please make sure you finish your corrections.